All right, guys, welcome to Wayne's World Garage. We're at the sawmill today, and with any luck, we'll be cutting some of Wayne's walnut logs. So Doug and I snagged some walnuts the other day, and we're going to be sawing a couple of these guys up. I think we're going to make some live edge slabs, and about 2.5 inches thick. Should be an easy day. So thanks so much for watching. Do me a favor, have a great Thanksgiving. Give thanks to all we have. It's a great country. We all have great lives, and we get good food. So happy Thanksgiving. Please subscribe. Take care. Thank you.
Are you ready?
Well, here I am, not 60 seconds into sawing my walnut logs, and we got a piece of slab wood jammed in the saw. That's the way it goes. But the good news is, turn the thing off, get the thing out of there, don't chop your fingers off, and on with the program. So that's the way it goes. Okay, take two. This is my second cut on this log. We'll see how this goes. As it turns out, slabbing logs is a little bit more difficult on the Frick sawmill than I had remembered. And part of the problem is the log's not perfectly straight. So there's got little downward parts in it underneath, and they end up getting caught, okay, on the sawmill. And you'll see in a little while it gets a little bit sketchy because they catch on the nut which holds the saw blade on. And then that turns into a little bit of drama. But we caught it quick enough. Nobody got hurt, so you'll see. Now, if you're wondering why this log is pink on one end, we had some free paint, spray cans of paint, and Doug and I painted these last week when we dropped them off, just to try and keep the ends from splitting. I know, ideally we'd have some roller paint, but it is what it is. We use what we got, and it kind of works out okay. So we had a lot of discussion on how thick to make these guys. It takes approximately 1 inch per year to dry out. I put them in my basement with a dehumidifier, and I think they dry a lot quicker. But I think the consensus is about 2.5 inches thick. Bruce wanted a couple slabs, 1.25 inches, probably because he didn't want to wait 2 years for them to dry. But Doug and I took our slabs 2.5 inches thick. 1 or 2 of them were a little bit more. But we'll see, because we have to flatten them out anyway. But they are coming out really, really nice.
I came out too far. Put the flat against the back. Yeah. We'll push it back. Yeah. Did you want to roll it or push it back? Roll it. Put the flat against the back side of it. Yeah, so it was, we kind of screwed it up a little bit. Doug, I'll give you this thing. Let me,
We don't cut a lot of live edge slabs, and we're kind of learning as we go here. And as you see, normally we cut a cant, and when I cut a cant, you square off one side of it, then we drop it down to the lower part of it. Not doing that, okay, as you can see, I've got parts hanging down on the carriage which are much lower than they normally are. Keep that in mind, because that's going to cause us some big issues in a little while. Besides them getting caught on the front side of it gets worse on the back side of it. Watch real carefully the leading edge of this slab. See it right there? It pushes our outfeed table a little bit. That's an indication of what's going to happen in the future, because it's going to get a little bit worse pretty soon. In the meantime, these are some really nice looking live edge slabs. Okay, well, this is a good lesson here, because take a look at this slab and it kind of leans down. It's a little bit lower right here, but the front edge of that slab ends up touching the fast collar, and then I believe it touches the nut and it starts loosening the nut. Because if you think about it, which way is the saw blade spinning? And look at that saw blade go. Holy smokes, that could have been a catastrophe. The good news is we figured it out. Nobody got hurt. We fixed things and we're on with the program. But that's how you learn. So while I tighten this nut back down, Pete tightened our little snubbers, and this way we should be in a little bit better shape than we were before. And we're going to have to be a little bit more careful. In retrospect, we should have put a board underneath this log to raise it up an inch or so. That kind of makes sense. I don't know why we didn't do that. We talked about it at lunch. Didn't think about it at the time. Good idea. This has taken a little bit of time to do and a little bit of time to get right. But I'll tell you what, slabbing this wood is the right thing to do. And we ended up with 8 really, really gorgeous black walnut slabs. Just look at the size of these things. They're just unbelievably beautiful. Now what we have to do, though, is dry them, sticker them, and keep them from warping and getting wrecked. Okay, so now I'm on to log number 2. So, and Doug has already done 2 of the hickories and another oak. But this is our second walnut log we've got. And you can see they're 8.5 foot long, 9 foot long. But they're not the straightest logs, which end up causing a little bit of drama. But we're kind of learning as we go along. So let's get this guy moving and let's get it done. It turns out the first log we really got, maybe 4 or 5 slabs out of. Not as many as I was hoping, but they're just absolutely really nice looking slabs.
What do you think, another thick one? Yeah, yeah.
So what we decided to do here is flatten the bottom part of this live edge slab. That way we're going to make it a whole lot easier to saw on the frick sawmill. And it actually is not a bad idea. The other option, as I said, we could have put a board underneath a log and that would have done the same thing. But it came out really nice. You'll see.
That's a big slab. And we're getting hot too. I see the blade doing a little bit of this. I don't know why. We've got some gorgeous live edge out of this. I've got 4 nice chunks. Not exactly the same thickness, but 2 of them are, 4 of them are. It's beautiful wood. It took a lot of effort. This is my first experiment with live edge. And I took a couple of these hickory boards because we're going to forget what they are. And they're a nice piece of wood. It's nice hickory. So let's get these bad boys home and let's dry them out. It'll take about a year or 2.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching this. Happy Thanksgiving. And stand by. We've got more videos coming out of today's effort because Doug, before I was cutting the walnut, cut these gorgeous looking hickory logs. They weren't huge logs, but they produced some really nice looking lumber.